You don't just take notes, you take ownership of your next move. Let's talk about it right after this.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey everyone, how are you today? So, again, we are on this trek of speaking about my experience at the podcast summit hosted by David Shands in the summer of 2025. And I encourage each and every one of you to consider not just a podcast summit, but any other type of summit, workshop, or seminar that goes or connects you to what you would like to do, what you would love to do, what you're looking to do, whatever it is. And here's the reason being. Because the summits, the workshops, the seminars, they immerse you in a learning environment that goes beyond passive listening. See, the challenge is that for some of us that are listening to this podcast, the question is, are you passively listening to this? Because are you doing 100 other things? Let's be honest. So, and it doesn't matter whether you're listening through your radio. It doesn't matter if you're listening through YouTube. And this even goes for other YouTube creators and channels. Because I know I do it myself. Sometimes I will have something playing in the background, i.e. this podcast, while I am possibly riding my stationary bike, while I am possibly cleaning out my bedroom. Whether it is I am looking over some papers for some potential clients or situations or whatever it is, a lot of times we are listening to things passively. We're doing 100 other things, and unfortunately, we're not giving it our 100% attention. So if you're in these type of places, these seminars, these workshops, and you're in a live setting, you almost have no choice but to be a little more present. You get to take in a little bit more information, and you get to see and receive the live feedback. You get to also see and hear people with other questions and get the answers, whether it's from the presenter themselves or even someone that's within the audience, and you start to understand and realize maybe I am or I can be that one person that can make a difference, that can influence a room, that can take things to a whole nother level. Also, you get tangible tools that you might be able to use immediately. So I'll give you an example. We had the privilege of listening to Alicia Little, not Angela, I apologize, Alicia Little. And she is the AI queen. Look her up, Alicia Little. She is the AI queen. And she expresses how she got that title, as well. So check out her information and see how she received that title of AI Queen. But when you get that type of information from what she used and expressed to us how AI can really be the jumpstart your company, your personnel needs in order for you to move forward, not just now, but into the future. How you can utilize certain aspects of AI to automate your business. So again, you're working on your business, not in your business. And I had the privilege as well as of listening to some of her or attending another one of her workshops that was virtual and get to see what she might have done in person versus virtually, and how some things were not totally different. Of course, it's different just because the way you answer and respond is different because you're online versus in person. But being in person allows you to see how these individuals are maneuvering, how they're shaking, and how they're creating an environment of learning. I would like for you to understand that at this time, again, networking, yes, albeit it has changed some because of the pandemic, but it still is a viable resource to go out and network in person, shake someone's hand, and being in that workshop or seminar, you get to get direct information that you can move upon immediately. Sometimes, if you pay attention, there's some YouTube channels, even though people say, hey, go to YouTube University, but there still may be some information that might be not readily available through their YouTube video. And that might be because, hey, they just didn't think about it. Maybe that person wasn't asked the right question at that particular time. Whatever it might be, it might sometimes feel incomplete. So the resources that you can receive at a workshop or a seminar can really be utilized immediately. Also, when and I can't recall the gentleman's name. I will have to look it up and put his name in the show notes. But he used an app called ManyChat. ManyChat, ManyChat, and he utilizes that to automate responses on Instagram. So how many of you are out there utilizing social media and are trying to find ways to automate responses so that you don't lose track, or those individuals who are talking to you don't lose track of you and think that you're neglecting them or whatever it is? So sometimes these type of seminars and workshops can give you tools that you can use in and around you, not just business-wise, but also personally in your everyday life, that you could use immediately. So remember, here's why it matters. When you invest your time and your presence, the lessons stick deeper, and the confidence to apply them rises faster. Maurice, why do you say that? Well, if I'm going to invest my time and my presence, then I hope that I'm putting forth a lot more energy and effort into it, especially if I have to pay for entrance into this particular webinar or seminar. That's number one. Number two, getting to see those individuals interact with other individuals and answering questions or whatever it is, those ideas, those lessons, the way they interact, the way they smile, the way they energy was interchanged, all those type of things, those lessons can stick deeper because I actually see that. And now, as I am also in that summit or that seminar, and I get to see them actually utilize what they're speaking about in real life actions, and I can also possibly, depending on what room you're in, I can possibly still maneuver with them if I have my iPad, my laptop, or whatever it is, to say, all right, now let me take AI, Miss Alicia Little, just like you, and create my own automated individual to help my business grow. So now guess what? My confidence in that app now rises faster because I've been able to walk it through with the expert. So I hope each and every one of you are taking some notes about this and understand why it's important for you to be a part of some workshops and seminars, but more importantly, being in that learning environment so you don't have that passive learning or listening experience. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?